Hey guys, it's Cindy Ross. I'm here with Captain Robert O'Leary. He is the captain of this amazing yacht, Sakara, with Emerald Cruises. And I have a few questions as we're going to do a little interview today so you can learn more about this beautiful ship. So, first question. Emerald Cruises is known for its luxury experiences. How is the Sakara yacht different from other ships that you have captained?
She's very different. It's very much more personal. So it's, if you look at other ships that are offering luxury cruises on this sort of size ship, no one has the same amount of crew per passenger on board, per guest on board, and no one has the same luxury modern feeling. All around the ship, in all touches, it is ultra modern luxury. And not only that, with our large amount of crew, dedicated crew and passionate crew that I'm sure you've seen on board, we give great personal service both in the restaurants, in your suites with your stewardesses and your in-suite team, and all around the vessel. So I hope you've seen, as much as I see every day, how much the crew are making the product and this experience as luxury as it can be on top of our beautifully designed yachts. Big open spaces, beautiful high ceilings, it's light, it's airy, it's modern. You know, fantastic cuisine coming out of from our chef Pietro at the moment. It is fantastic. Those things added up make us different and make this different to any other ship I know that's sailing in the Caribbean this winter and carrying 100 guests.
You know, one of the things I noticed on this cruise that I have not seen on others, every team member, they're all commingling and helping each other out in different positions. It's been amazing.
That's important on this on here because we are a yacht.
Mm-hmm.
So we only function in the way we do and to the level that we function by everybody helping out. And it's not just front of house that you see this. This happens back of house as well, from organising stores deliveries, organising all of the operational things that go on in the background. We all work together on this. And I think a great thing, you'll see a lot of us aren't wearing big stripes and wearing a polo shirt. We try and blend in together, because even if you ask a question of one of the deck guys, the ABs, I don't want them to feel like they're not part of the crew or they're not part of the hotel
Sure.
crew. So being together as one team is how this ship, or how this yacht operates at such a high level. And it's only that.
I love it. All right, question number 2. The Emerald Sakara carries 100 passengers versus other ships that carry thousands. What are some of the advantages of a smaller ship with various itineraries and activities?
Well, I think it's just that. So we are able to come into these beautiful small ports all around the Caribbean, and I think I've seen so far in this season, we've been to amazing places. You know, with 100 guests and the size of the ship, 110 metres, we've managed to sneak into St. Bart's and anchor in line with all the other super yachts that are there. We fit in, we don't stand out. Here today in Calibra, this is pretty much the largest size of ship that can come in here. The entrance is very narrow.
No,
it's only 55 metres wide, and we're 18 metres wide. So if you come to the Caribbean on a bigger ship, you're not going to come here. Most of the bigger ships that operate in the Caribbean go to the big ready-made cruise ports where shopping is the main attraction, and what we're delivering is the beaches, the tropical islands, the fantastic experiences, kayaking in the bioluminescence yesterday in Vieques, the prickly pear, this beach barbecue for 100 guests. This is perfect. We're delivering you to private islands, beautiful tropical paradises, and where we've been, there's been very few other ships.
It's been so
We're
nice.
taking you off the beaten track. There's no crowds, there's no ticket touts, nobody's trying to force you into shops, anything like that. We're taking you to real authentic places and giving you authentic, luxury tropical experiences.
Yeah, we've absolutely loved it. I love the fact that there's no corralling. You just come and go as you want to, and the tender has been great.
It's your yacht. That's what we say, and
yacht.
that's what I say. I say at the welcome aboard, this really is your yacht for the time that you're here.
Yeah.
And we are your crew, and we're taking you to the places that hopefully you want to go, and the side of the Caribbean that maybe guests that cruise on bigger cruise ships won't see. They come on a yacht cruise, they will see a completely different side of the Caribbean. I'm seeing a completely different side of the Caribbean from when I worked here a few years ago on larger ships. It's completely different.
Yeah, it has been. Question number 3. How do you ensure that the guests aboard the Sakara yacht receive a top-notch, personalized experience throughout their journey?
Well, it starts before you arrive. So it starts with our shoreside planning teams that put together a lot of information on when the guests are arriving, where you're coming from, your flights, your transfers. And that's very important because we want to be able to get off on the right foot. So our shoreside teams put together a lot of information before you even arrive. So we know who's coming, we know when you're coming, we know where you're coming from. And we use that then to plan our welcome on board. So I always make sure I'm at the gangway and I try and meet every guest personally.
And you really
on board.
did that when we arrived.
Absolutely. This, you're coming on your yacht cruise, your captain should be there to welcome you on board. So we've got a lot of planning in the background. And then from the time you come on board, we've already planned the cruise out. We've planned where we're going to give you some great events, some great entertainment, and a balance of all of that, of busy evenings and light evenings, depending on how busy you've been. So we do a lot of prior planning before we go on our cruises, our voyages. And then when you're here, I think it's a matter of genuine service. So the crew are serving you in the most genuine manner they can, and I think that's visible. I think you see it, I see it, and I hope to see that. I hope that you see that.
Oh, 100% we do.
And that's what we do. The platform we've got here, the yacht herself, is a huge contributor in that idea of giving you a luxury cruise, because the ship is luxury.
Yes.
And your suites are very large for the size of this ship. Almost all balcony staterooms, beautiful wide open decks that are quiet most of the time, because the ship is large enough to give guests their space. It can be busy if you want to head up to the sky bar around the whirlpool.
Today right here, where it's wide open.
It's wide open, it's beautiful, it's perfect. So it's a combination of many things that all pulls together, And
another thing, and I was just telling Jason this, was that you can go up, and most other even riverboats that we've been on, you can never get chairs, and you can never get up to the bar near the pool or whatever, and it literally feels like it is our own personal yacht experience, because there's no one.
Yeah, and that's what we want, and that's what we are offering at Emerald Cruises here in the Caribbean, is your yacht experience. And I think it's great. I think it's great to see, and I see in the guests responding to this and reacting to this, and it's great to see it in action on board.
Absolutely. Okay, this is the last question. What inspired you to become a captain, and how did your journey in the maritime world begin? And I got to listen to this morning. I thought it was awesome.
You did. It's quite a long story. It goes back to me being a child. It goes back to me growing up. I grew up in East London, so in a landlocked town. But from when I was very young, we had a small holiday home on the Essex coast, a place called Mersey Island. So I spent every weekend in the sea, around the sea, on top of the sea. My father had a boat that he sunk twice. So I can assure you, I don't take after him for my maritime abilities. Slightly better. But I grew up by the sea. That's where I say I grew up. I didn't grow up in East London. I grew up on the coast by the sea. And from about the age of 10, I decided I want to go to sea on cruise ships. So we were on family holiday in Ireland, and we were in Cove for the day, visit the Titanic Museum, very important, historic maritime port. And I saw the first cruise ship I'd ever seen. And I thought it was this fantastic vision of, what is that? It's incredible. And from that point, pretty much I made the decision that I wanted to be a captain at sea. So that was when I was 10. I went to sea first when I was 16. I undertook my interviews to become a cadet, a merchant navy trainee officer. And I remember walking up the gangway onto my first ever cruise ship when I was 17, so in 2011. And I've never looked back. It's been my aim to push to get my licenses, to gain experience, and to become a captain. Yes. So it's very rewarding to have set an aim to do something a very long time ago, yes, and to achieve it. I'm quite lucky. I've had fantastic opportunities in Scenic Group, between here and the Scenic Eclipse ships, going to Antarctica, the Arctic, being involved in the builds of these ships. I feel very connected to them. And it's great to take command of a ship and within a company that I do believe in, and a company that I have been a part of creating and building, and it's nice to see the things that we put in place, especially from a technical maritime point of view that I was very involved with. It's fantastic to see that in action and to see it working. So it's very rewarding to be a captain on this ship. I was very excited when I was offered the job, and I was very excited to be here. I've been on board a week now as captain, and I'm loving it. Our itineraries are amazing. The crew are fantastic. Absolutely. I don't think I've sailed with a better crew as a whole.
No, not one person has passed us by without greeting us and saying hi. It's been an amazing experience. So Robert actually was part of the build in Vietnam for the Sakara, correct?
I was involved in Sakara. I was a very large part of the build of Emerald Sakara, our
Yes.
sister ship.
Mm-hmm.
But I sat out most of the build on this one. But I see the things that we put in place on the first ship. I still see them here. So there's still a lot of my work here in the ship. But,
And tomorrow we're all going to be part of the christening.
very exciting.
I am too.
Very exciting indeed. I'm looking forward to seeing the bottle break.
Yes.
It will give us good luck. And it's a fantastic traditional maritime event to christen a ship. And I like the pomp, the ceremony, getting dressed up. You know, we'll have lots of VIPs, visitors. The godmother, who I can't tell you who it is yet, it
I'm
is
so
a secret,
excited.
will be on board for a few days, so she'll get to experience the ship and experience what we're offering. So
Wonderful.
I think we're all pretty excited.
I
for
cannot wait to
tomorrow.
share it all with you guys.
And there's a great surprise at the end of it. I'm not going to tell you what it is,
Okay.
but there will be a fantastic surprise at the end of the ceremony. But
Well,
I can't tell you any more than that.
Well, I will definitely see you tomorrow. Thank you for an amazing journey. This has been an
It-
excellent vacation.
It's my pleasure, and I can't take so much responsibility for it because it is the crew and the yacht that make the difference. I'm just in charge of pulling it all together. I don't do a great deal, but the crew are very thankful for the feedback from the guests as well. You know, they do work really hard, and it's really gratifying to get positive feedback from the guests that what we're doing is good and the guests
Yes.
are loving it.
Yes, I love it. Thanks for taking the time today. I know
My
you're
pleasure.
so busy.
No, absolutely
Yeah,
my pleasure.
I appreciate that. All right, guys, I will definitely be sharing tomorrow with you, and I look forward to having you join us on Emerald Cruises.